Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our second Sunday creative and collaborative composing session. I'm June Kinoshita. I'm Executive Director of New Harmony Line, and with me, Rauda Bush, who is our Director of Education. And our guest today is Elizabeth Peterson. And I'd like Elizabeth to say a few words about herself.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me today. So, my name's Elizabeth Peterson. I'm a classroom teacher. I currently teach fifth grade, and I'm also the host of the Inspired Classroom website, providing professional development for teachers. And I host Enjoy Teaching Again podcast. So, very much ingrained in education in many ways.
That's great.
Yeah.
And today, as a prompt, we are going to use this image that you see in front of you. So tell us about this image.
Yeah, so my fifth graders just started a unit on what's called Earth's water and interconnected systems. So we've been talking about the geosphere, biosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, just like what you have right here. And we're going to really dig deep into the water cycle, which I'm excited about because that's something I've taught in the past, and I'm excited to kind of like up level it a little bit. Eventually, we're going to be creating terrariums, trying to witness the water cycle. And of course, we'll do a lot of different creative things, dancing the water cycle and drawing it, and just really learning as much as we can about it and how it really works within all of these four systems.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
How exciting it is to hear that she's doing arts integration.
I
Oh,
do. I
yes.
love that. I love it so much.
Yes,
Mhm.
I'm an arts integration specialist, so I absolutely love integrating the arts with science.
So just to quickly, I will draw on my what I remember from fifth grade
Yeah.
about the water cycle. So what you see here, you have bodies of water
Hmm.
on the Earth, and the water evaporates and goes up into the atmosphere and forms clouds, or it's up there in various forms of vapor, and so it goes from liquid to gas, and then it can precipitate and fall back to the ground or to the earth as liquid rain, which then runs down and then replenishes the bodies of water. So, that, if I recall, that's the cycle.
Yes, yeah. And it's kind of fun to talk about the different types of precipitation too, the hail, rain, just all kinds of different ways for the water to come back to earth,
Terrific.
back to the ground.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's exciting because as soon as you started talking about hail and rain, I said, "Oh, that's wonderful for the percussion window because we can make the
Yes.
sound of the hail and the rain."
Oh, there's going to be
Okay.
so much. I'm excited to see what happens.
I don't know if you've seen the Hyperscore interface before, but this is it.
Okay.
You can see that there's not a lot of words. If you mouse over, you can see like create a melody window, create a percussion window, create a sketch window, and so on. And then you have you drawing mode is the crayon, and the little arrow is the selection tool. So if you want to select something, would you like to start with a melody or a percussion to play around with?
Yeah, well, I'm actually thinking melody. I'm also a musician. I'm a former music teacher, so I'm
Oh,
really
Oh,
okay,
all about
great.
this.
I'll cut all of that out.
And so I'm curious about maybe like a melody that would almost be like a motif for a raindrop. I know
Okay.
that one of the things that we're going to be doing is reading a book. I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically following the life of a drop of water.
Okay.
So that might be kind of fun to
That would
explore.
be fun to do. So raindrops, we have a default instrument was the piano, but we can change it to something else.
Yeah.
We also have different instrument sets, but you have one with the instrument. So any of those sound raindroppy to you?
Yeah. Maybe like the flute. That would be kind of nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we
And
color it light blue? Make the window light blue?
Oh,
sure,
yeah.
we can do that. Okay.
Mhm.
Light blue flute is our raindrop sound. What would that sound like? Are they, let's start with, pitch. I can drop a note. The default, I put it on middle, that middle line is middle C, but it defaults as a quarter note. And we can make it longer, shorter.
Oh,
So,
that's fun. Hmm.
so where would we like to start to kind of build what we think might be a raindrop?
Well, there's middle C. Maybe a little higher?
Okay. A little octave higher?
Ooh, there we go. That's good.
Okay. Okay. And what happens next?
Well, I feel like it might be a little floaty, a
Would it be
little,
longer? What we have here. Do you want it to be held out longer so it's floating up there?
sure, that sounds good.
Okay.
Nice.
Do you want anything else to happen to that free
Do
sound?
we want to make it into a little motif of sorts or?
Yeah. So you can put other notes in here. So you can, let me stretch it out. We have two measures now. So just put in another note, wherever you think you want it to be.
Higher, lower, longer, shorter, whatever you want. Just
Yeah,
let me.
okay. Yeah, let's have like a little, not a trill, but kind of like a do 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 do, maybe something like simple like that.
Going up first. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Sure.
Sort of shorter notes. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's kind of neat, actually.
Okay.
Do you like the minor interval in the trill, or would you want that to be major?
Oh, good question. I don't know. I kind of like it minor, but I could go either way. I'm assuming we can change it later if
Yeah,
needed.
always,
And yeah,
always.
Yeah.
you can also, if you think you want the trill to be, the whole thing to be a little bit faster.
Yeah, maybe major.
How about like that?
Ooh.
Oh, that's cute. I like it.
All right.
A little raindrop.
Yep.
Okay, check mark. I've got rain on my list. We have a rain motif. What would you like to do next?
Well, we've got our raindrop. Maybe like many coming down and collecting together.
Okay. Go over to what's called the sketch window. And what we can do, let me zero. So we're going to draw in this blue melody. Now we think of the melody as a color. It's a
Hmm.
crayon. We're going to draw with the melody.
Oh, cool.
Let's see. So do we want to start with one so you can hear it and then have others join it and then build up and have a bunch of them? Kind of a,
Ooh, yeah, that would show some great condensation.
Each of those columns is a measure, Elizabeth.
Okay.
and do we want to change? I think if we change the pitch, you'll be able to hear there's other ones coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll just kind of build up a bunch.
Yeah. Then they could all fall down.
We could just put a whole ton of them here and see what
Hmm.
kind of craziness we'll get. All right, let's see what happens.
Oh, wow, what tension. That's so good.
Delightful.
I'm curious to hear because the flute is a legato sound.
Hmm.
And I'm feeling like rain. To me, I feel like it needs a little bit of a percussive.
Mm-hmm.
See? So one thing you could do is, well, let's try a different instrument and see
Okay.
how that sounds. So I was thinking that harp is, plucked instruments.
Ooh.
It's more percussive. So you can just say, okay, how does it sound with a harp?
Oh, that sounds like it's raining.
More like hail to you, or does it still sound like rain?
Sounds like heavy rain to me, I think, especially in
Yeah.
that little section where there's so many layers of it.
Yeah. We could add hail. We could have hail come in somewhere in the middle of that if we wanted to.
Hmm.
And I would suggest that because hail is definitely percussive, we could play with a percussion window.
Hmm.
So again, the sounds are snare, cymbal, bass, deeper bass, triangle, tambourine, and then a little.
Like clave type of thing.
Hmm.
I was thinking maybe the triangle, but I kind of like the bottom.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah. If hail were falling, what would that? Would probably be shorter. We don't need to make
Yeah.
it. You could make it very even on each
Hmm.
of these beats, or you can make it irregular.
Yeah, maybe a little syncopated if we could.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll try that. That's cool.
And maybe at the half.
I like.
Okay. Is there anything else you might want to have with percussion, or just stick with that?
Maybe a couple of triangle sounds would
Okay.
be kind of fun.
Kind of between.
Hmm.
Sounds kind of random, like what hail might sound
Yeah.
like.
Oh, no, it sounds
Sure.
random.
Yeah.
So if we wanted to then add that, we would choose the yellow color.
Hmm.
And now maybe we stick a little bit, I don't know, in the middle here. And again, the hail might sort of start to become more intense.
Mm.
Right? Let's see. That comes out.
Do you want any of the hail louder, closer to the end of the sketch window, or you want the first hail to be louder? Because June can change the volume.
Oh, neat. I'm wondering if the hail could maybe be more with the raindrops.
Mhm.
I
So
feel like
more,
we're creating a little hailstorm.
yeah.
Name of a great band, by the way.
I had more hail coming in earlier.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it seems like it's like they belong when the raindrop sounds are around them.
So you go back to like the sixth or seventh measure, the
Oh,
columns.
maybe, yeah.
Even earlier. Okay.
Yeah, and have it build up a little.
All right. Let's see. All right. Well, let's see how that comes out. maybe at the end it could become even more built up. Or
Yeah.
let's put a few more hail in there. Hail Mary. Let's see. So we could let's listen to it from here.
It sounds like I'm running away from something at the end.
You don't want to stand in that hail, Elizabeth. So good thing.
Oh,
So one thing also I just was noticing, I drew these, you can see where the motive, the little triangle
yeah.
indicates where it begins, and then each time it repeats, you see where it begins. So I just drew these all the same from the same place, so they overlap, and so actually you can't hear them apart. It's just like reinforcing. It might. So I'm thinking
Mm,
we might want to grab one and make it slightly off,
yeah.
and then they'd be more syncopated, and you could hear them a little better.
Could you make a couple of those louder, like especially when we get into the chunks of hail at the end?
Yep. Um, yeah, so we have a little volume control. You can each control each part and make it louder. There we go.
It cracks me up every time. So I'm curious if we can then, at the end of all this hail, kind of bring back that raindrop
Mhm.
and have it rest in its collection
Okay.
part of the cycle and maybe wait to be evaporated again.
Okay. So do we want a different motive to sound like the resting water, or maybe the flute is the resting and the harp is the evaporated?
Ooh, that might be a nice thing for the collection. But can we bring, are we still able to put little the raindrops from the harp in with some of that yellow at the
Yeah,
end too?
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, you can do that. So we go back to drawing with the blue. So we want to put some
Yeah.
water back in.
Maybe a high one.
Do we want to take this and do the flute so we can make a copy? Let me see if
Oh,
I just
okay. Yeah.
copy and paste. Yep. And then, okay, let's do something very simple. We're gonna make it a darker blue. We'll go, and then maybe that comes in as the water settles. Oops, I have wavery. I don't know how this will sound. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
Nice.
Does anybody else think of like just one line, couple little measures of hail with the light blue after the hail's done? Just one little more burst of hail,
Sure.
Sure.
because we know it just doesn't just end. It has to come back just a little bit.
A little bit.
That's fine. Just a little one is fine.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if the dark blue where it's, representing the collection can
Hmm.
just be nice long, more long and not necessarily that same motif as the raindrop.
Okay, yep. So we can change that. Um, do you
This
want
is
just
truly an
raw?
exercise in trust the process, right?
Yeah.
So kind of maybe longer,
Yeah.
longer, maybe lower notes because
Mm.
um,
Oh, yeah.
we can let's listen to it from part one. I like that.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I'm also thinking, is there like I saw some lightning and thunder. You want a little
Hey,
flash
we
of
can
lightning or
make
thunder in
this,
the middle of the house?
yeah, in the middle of the hail. That'd be fun.
And is that a percussion or is that could be kettle drum or something like that.
Mm. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. It's down here.
Do you
Uh,
think that would be orange or red, Elizabeth?
Ooh. Hmm. Well, if the hail is yellow, let's make it orange
okay. Okay.
and nice and low.
No.
Yeah.
I can get a little. I don't know. What does thunder sound like?
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know. I'm like, "Drr."
It it's kind of like dead and dead and
Yeah, I like that. Short, short, long.
Put it all the way out.
Can you try it with just two shorts?
Okay.
Yeah, because I think if we're gonna layer them,
Yeah.
they'll still sound really nice.
Right. Do you want it all the same note or you want the long note to maybe drop down or something?
What does that sound?
Where do we want that thunder to happen?
Yeah, maybe right after like the midpoint of the piece so far.
Right around here?
Yeah.
Do you want it to repeat a few times or just once?
Yeah, do a couple of them.
Okay. Any others?
Maybe try a couple up at the top. There's space.
There's
There's
the,
space.
well, it'll change the pitch. It'll give you a high pitched timpani, which is okay.
Right? Maybe, yeah, that's true.
Somewhere up here. Da, da, da.
Yeah, let's see what that sounds like.
And I have a feeling we might want it to be loud. So let's make it crank it all the way up.
crank it, June.
That's awesome. That thunder actually made such a real difference with the hail.
Mhm. Yeah, it
Yeah.
worked.
Can we
It
add
close.
another, like where I'm pointing, but like right after that lower, just have maybe a little bit more of the one more of the thunder. A little more
Um,
thunder. Yeah, like right
Right,
in, right about,
right,
yeah,
right
there.
after it? Do you want a different
Yeah, or
one?
just a little space after it, maybe.
Yeah, okay. Lower pitch or same?
Oh, can you? Yeah, I guess if you can layer it on the yellow, that would be cool too.
Oops. Let's see. How do we? I
You
guess,
click on it and do a copy, that little white
and
square.
then I can drag the whole thing down,
Mm.
and it'll be there. Just so that.
Do you want it to line up with the one above it, or you want it a little off center of the one above it?
I like it off center like it is. I think that might be good.
Okay.
And then you can have this on continuous loop.
Actually, we can loop it.
I
There
figured,
is a
yeah.
looping feature.
Awesome. Just
What do I?
have that cycle go over and over.
Just hit the L.
There you go.
This is really fun.
One of the things that I always try to make clear to students is titling your piece is very important because it gives the listener something to picture as their
Yeah.
list, like programmatic music. Do you have a title that you would? Oh,
Yes.
June, that was a great one.
The water cycle. That's very like not the most imaginative.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it seems like a thunderstorm now. And I think it's like, sometimes you have a title in mind and then after you finish your composition or writing piece,
Hmm.
and then it's like, then you can really start to think about your what it
Right.
has actually become. Thunderstorm or hailstorm.
Do you see in a way that this would fit in with your students during this unit talking about the biosphere, or if they themselves make pieces that exemplify the biosphere? Can you see this as a good arts integration tool?
Oh yeah, I think because it's just so visual, and I think that the kids would absolutely love playing around with, even just bringing in the terminology of a motif. What would if they chose something different, like we were studying a picture of just a plant with the roots and how the biosphere is interacting with the geosphere of the dirt and the land, and and just even having like a motif of what the roots would sound like,
Mm.
or how another vocab word that comes up in the unit is gravity and the importance of gravity in helping the systems kind of work together and kind of be. And so, I think that would be fun to put that into sound. And I think with students, it's just a matter of, putting that abstract idea in their head and then letting them play with it a little bit.
Mhm.
And that's where, I'll have to tell you, that's where the learning starts really coming alive and sinking in a little bit more.
When I first met June, one of her emphasis with the use of Hyperscore was telling a story. When I'm working with students who haven't used Hyperscore before, we do something together.
Hmm.
And what I'm doing is I'm modeling the tools and I'm making mistakes on purpose and showing how to fix them.
Yeah.
Because what I find then is that students can be very independent. It's rare for them to need you as much as a student would in any other tool because you've already shown them how to use it.
Hmm.
And then they also become very creative in the way they use it because you're not telling them what to write. So it is
Right.
their imagination.
Yeah. Yeah. So this would be a lot of fun. So where is this available to use?
I will send you an email for a free
Okay.
Hyperscore classroom, and we do group registration. So all you'd have to do is, do your students have emails that they
Yes.
use at school?
Yeah.
The only thing that happens is we send them the account through email, and we'll set that all up so that they can just use their email to sign in.
Uh-huh. Very cool.
And then if you'd want to, you and I could Zoom and talk about some uses of Hyperscore, or you can just try it and see what happens,
Okay.
especially because you're musical.
Yeah. 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 I think it'll be a lot of fun. A nice little tech way to bring in some music and
Hmm.
have them really explore that with a
Hmm.
nice science focus. So that'll be fun. Thank you,
True arts
Stacey.
integration.
True. Yes.
Elizabeth, thank you so much for being here with us today and creating these water cycle piece. And the earth systems have never sounded so good as they did in your piece that you created here, the Hailstorm. And we want to thank everyone who's listening to this video, and we look forward to seeing what your students do with Hyperscore, Elizabeth.
Yeah, it should be a blast to get them on this and see what they come up with. So thank you so much for having me. It was great to work with you and June today on this. Really fun.
Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.